Alright, we're getting ready to do our bend our poles with our hoop bender. There's just a couple of things we want to do to make this process go nice and easy. First, we have a measuring tape and a marker. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to mark these ends at the 9-inch mark. And the reason we do that is two reasons. First, we don't want to bend the part that's going to be stuck into the ground posts. And we also want to know how far we need to put each end of the hoop into the ground post. So if we mark each end on the swaged end at 9 inches, then we should have nice consistent bows once we install them. So I have these all lined up, and I'm just going to go down and I'm going to mark them all, and then we're going to take them over to the hoop bender and bend them, and then we'll put a screw in there to connect the two. So I already have a 1/8 bit here, and then just a regular Phillips head screw, and my 3/4 inch screws here. Okay, so we're going to bend some poles here, and we have our pole bender, which we just attach to any really sturdy surface, which is going to be our mount. And then we have our hoop extender, so when you're bending your hoops you have a little leverage to use at the end. And what we're using is top rail pipe, 1 3/8 inch top rail. It has this swaged end at the end, so this is what fits into the bigger ground posts. We're going to use our line that we made before as a guide. So 9 inches from the end, and we'll kind of treat the other end the same way. We don't want the ends to be that curved because they have to fit into each other and also into the ground posts. So right up to our line. Push it down to about 18 inches. Make sure your pole's straight and you're not bending it side to side in any way. When it gets a little more difficult, this is when you use your extender pole. Slides in the back. That's it. Okay, now that we have the two bows or rails into each other, we just have to screw them together. One thing we have to be careful of is that we don't screw them on the top, because this part's going to be rubbing on the plastic. So we want to make sure we do it front facing. I usually do about an inch overlap, so an inch from the end of the female end. If you're using self-tapping screws, you don't have to pre-drill a hole, but I go back and forth on it. I find it's a little easier sometimes to just pre-drill the hole instead of losing your screw a few times. That's it.
Visit bootstrapfarmer.com for the best in farm equipment and agricultural business frameworks.